Welcome everyone to a brand new vlog series, Fursuiting Across Asia. I have come across many different countries across this side of the globe on the Eastern Hemisphere. I think I may have traveled to more countries than most people have ever done in their entire life. I think that's why so many people are interested in travel vlogs. They want to see other places outside their own home, outside their own country, but they just cannot afford to go to these places. YouTube is free though. Sometimes. You want to get close and personal to a place that you've never been before, and a place you probably will never go to in your entire lifetime. So that's why I like to share these travel videos, you know? I had the opportunity, and I'm going to share it all with you. Starting with my first kind of holiday over in mainland China 2 years ago. Yes, these are all from 2 years ago, back in 2019. I did not recently go out and travel to a whole bunch of countries for no good reason. This was before COVID-19. Alright, so this is a trip down memory lane for me, as well as a little future travel guide for you all as well. A little bit of background. First of all, for 2 weeks in early to mid-July, basically the first half of the month, there was a summer break of sorts. Basically, students in mainland China had a break from school, public, and cram schools, which leaves after-school teachers, like I was 2 years ago, with very little work to do. There were two options that my school offered me. Either A, was to spend time at work HQ doing a whole lot of very little, maybe planning lessons ahead of time, or take a week-long, a business week, 5 days, of a holiday, make up for those lost work days through the later part of the month, and I of course chose to go on a vacation. I mean, why not? I had all this money saved up, I had my eye itching on the different locales that were in mainland China. Like, this is a big country with some big cities, and lots of fancy little attractions, either traditional or modern, and the one place I had my eye on was this nice big southern city, also known as Shenzhen, one of the biggest southernmost cities in China actually. There are also quite a few Shenzhen furries that I was talking with before this trip, coming up with a little bit of a itinerary. So let's start with what I like to call day 0 or day 0.5. We start on Monday, pack up my stuff, lock up the apartment for good, and my first little stop on this trip was to head to the train station. It's a walk from where I live over to the subway station, which would take me all the way over to the main railway station. Getting into a bit of the holiday mood, I decided to take some fursuit pics. Here's a little remembrance of my old suit, Gregor reindeer. We take the Suzhou train all the way over to the Shanghai train station. Funny enough, Shanghai is such a big city that there are actually 2 different airports, both of them international. One of them is Pudong, and one of them is Hongqiao. Pudong is closer to the ocean and they take in a whole lot more international flights. Hongqiao is inside the actual city, so it takes more of the local flights within China. There's also direct access from the public
火车站
into this airport. So obviously the choice was to fly out from here all the way from Shanghai over to Shenzhen. I arrived sometime in the evening. Yes, I got a late night flight. It was cheaper that way. I take a taxi. We drive very close to the border between Shenzhen and Hong Kong. I get to my hotel, unpack my things, eat a late night McDonald's meal, and then that's it. And on to day 1 with a little tour of my hotel room. My hotel is a little bit pricey, but this is Shenzhen. This is supposedly the Silicon Valley of China. So things might get a little bit pricey anyways. You got the standard procedure of putting your key card into a little slot for all the electronics to work. Oh, you even have light switches for do not disturb. The light switch. Let's go ahead and I'll just go ahead and just show it.
They gave me a suite. They saw that I got a 2-bed, like a 2 twin bed, and they kind of just saw that I was just by myself. So like, they decided, hey, you know, since it's just you, why don't we just give you this, like a little suite with a king size? Well, they didn't tell me it was a suite. They just said, hey, we'll upgrade you to 1 bed. And I was like, what does that mean? Apparently this is what they mean. So inside we have our kitchen, very tiny kitchen, but that's China. I'll turn the light on. So they even give you little tea bags to make tea, and the cups, and some bottled water. Here's a kettle to boil the water. And you got all the cabinets that I haven't used yet, because I don't really plan on using them. Man, this is more like an extended stay, kind of a sweet thing. And I can't believe I got this. Here's the fridge. There's nothing in there. I'm afraid of opening it because in some United States hotels, sometimes they charge you if you use like a mini fridge or some kind of fridge. They even charge you if you use one of their complimentary, quote unquote, complimentary water bottles. But so far in China, I have not gotten into that kind of mess. What's this bathroom like? Lights are on the outside, so you can prank your friend and turn the lights off while they're on the toilet. So I've just used the shower recently, and there's a mirror and a bigger mirror. This one's for the shaving and all that, and I guess more facial cleaning. You have the shower right here. There's the nozzle and all that. I was given the shower cap. It's really bad. It ripped as soon as I tried to put it on my head. There's a hole just punctured right in there. There's that toilet right there. You can order room service on the toilet and watch yourself take a poop. That's the best. That is a luxury. Oh, I guess there's this device too. Let's get out of here. So we have the living area. I've hooked my Switch up to the big screen TV. There's my backpack and camera bag. And we have the living area. My fursuit is right here, well, part of it. You can see the spoils of last night's food run. I arrived in Shenzhen at like 11 at night because the most affordable flights I've found are early morning and late at night because no one wants to travel at that hour. And inside here, we have our bedroom, our master room here. I've taken to, they still have a CRT for all you competitive Smash players over there. If you want to get a nice practice session before a tournament or something in China. There's a cabinet with some nice sculptures in there. The mirror as well, just to see another beautiful face. Have your bed and lamp, and there's no outlet by the bed. There is no outlet. The one outlet that the phone and the lamp are hooked up to, there's nothing there. It's just directly into the wall, which is weird. The only closest outlet is right over here. I've used that to charge a couple of electronics. I've purchased my laptop, and this is my workstation basically. And this outlet even has a little converter for all sorts of different plugs, which is nice. Which is why I'm using my personal converter over on that one, because it has 2 USB slots for charging USB devices. I guess there's a cabinet in here. Nothing in there. Oh, and for you US hotel stayers, here's a surprise. There is no Bible in the cabinet by the bed. There's also this weird empty space right here. Yeah, here's the big window, giving you a view of downtown-ish Shenzhen, with all the tall buildings and everything. Not a great view. There's a mountain back there. But yeah, this is my the most expensive hotel room I've ever paid for with my own money here in Shenzhen, in China. Go ahead and close that now. Let's walk over here. But yeah, there's a painting. It's in Latin. I'm gonna say Latin. Yeah. But this is only part of the adventure here in Shenzhen. I'm gonna be meeting with plenty, hopefully, a couple of furries down here in Shenzhen. I'm gonna be seeing some sights, My phone just went off for lunch hour, so I'll go ahead and take care of that. Yeah, hope you okay. So now I'm meeting a friend down in the lobby. Well, I'm not meeting him in the lobby. He's supposed to try and find me, but he's having trouble finding the entrance to this place. Oh, by the way, over in China, they have these like pay per hour or so, just lithium batteries for your phones and other electronic devices. That's pretty cool.
And now it is off to meet one of the locals.
So, how long do you stay in Suzhou?
I've been staying in Suzhou since about September of last year.
We start things out not really knowing what we're gonna have for lunch, but just planning on having lunch first. It wasn't a very strict itinerary. Sometimes that's good, sometimes you end up very lost. But because this person was a local, I didn't really get lost in the city anywhere, or end up in a very bad and touristy area, where I would have gotten ripped off for like mediocre entertainment. This is the real deal right here. And all the while, our conversations were mostly about comparing the different cities of Suzhou and Shenzhen, my time here as a foreigner, how I interact with the other furries, chit-chat amongst each other all across China.
I'd say most places in most cities in China are a little bit similar.
Always looks the same. So I think.
Yeah.
Furry.
We continue our trek through this shopping mall area. Quick tip for shopping malls in China and Taiwan as well. This is just based on my own observations. I'll have to continue this little theory later. So the first level below ground level, B1, is almost always a food court. There may be other shops connected to it in the area if they just don't have enough room on the other ground level and above floors. Most likely, 99% of the time, a food court in the B1 floor. Ground floor, you have your chain stores and your anchor stores, I guess you would call it. The major clothing and apparel stuff. The second floors and up gradually get more and more specialized. I guess that's the way you would describe it. Sometimes these contain a restaurant. Sometimes these are like just a random specialized store. You might see a candle store, or you might see a store that sells cell phone accessories. You don't really see stores that have specifically kids apparel until like the third floor. And then third floor and up is where you see also the video game arcades and your entertainment hub, movie theaters, other fun stuff. And that goes all the way up to the top floor as well. So once we find our nice little restaurant, my friend here tells me about his character.
Leola, your character.
Leola, he's a leopard.
Okay.
And a little boy is very, he don't have very personality, he's just like me, and I want to be cool, and he has like his hair. I want to be
Okay, yeah.
very strange in China.
So some good meat, seafood and all that looks like.
Seafood recommended. This is a tea restaurant and not have a lot of tea seafood. If you want, we can go to
No, the tea restaurant is okay. Let's see. Hong Kong style porridge noodles.
Is that the correct transfer?
That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Shrimp wonton or shrimp wonton yen. Yeah.
Noodle.
So my teacup is special because it's like a little mini pitcher. A little spoon in it. Plenty of lemon. So you mentioned before on our way here that like the furry fandom here in China is very young. It's like only started in 20...
Started at 2010.
Yeah.
It's only 9 years, almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Lately, furry come only 1,000, maybe 1,500 furry.
Like in all of the giant country that is China, yeah.
No, the whole China maybe have 5,000 or 6,000 of furries, but it's just 1,000 to attend the furry conference.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
the biggest one, the only one.
I'm surprised it only lasts one day then.
Yeah, it's just one day. It's very, I don't know, it's not enough for us.
Right. It's interesting because the idea of the magical or mythical beasts like Somokong Jubajie in China, that's been there longer than maybe that idea exists, and yet there hasn't been much of a furry fandom.
We are very traditional and that things they created not like us. They not like the furry as the human, just not like the humankind.
Sure.
And they're just animals and very ugly, very dead animals.
Sure.
It's very bad to the people.
Interesting. There we go. Going underground.
Anyway, after a little chit chat, we head over to another spot. At this point, we have met up with another friend of ours to head over to a more knowledgeable, educational, and historic part of the Shenzhen area. I should also note that one of the interesting things about Shenzhen is their way of, I guess, recycling when it comes to this subway station. If you get a single ticket to one spot to another over here in Shenzhen, they will give you like a green little coin, just some plasticky kind of a molded coin. It has a little RF chip inside of it, or like NFC or whatever. And then once you're done using it, you just deposit it into the little coin slot.
这是另一个博物馆，就是港珠澳吧？是吗？改革开放怎么说？
They really like China.
No, it's not about nation. It's about party.
Oh. Oh, that's the communist flag.
Yes.
Funny thing about the Communist Party of China, you might see a little bit their influence inside of the museum, but that's for later.
Like the blue bonnets that would grow in Texas. Look similar, except these are purple and not blue.
That's the tallest building in Shenzhen.
Oh, right up there?
The Ping'an building.
Wow. There are really tall buildings in Suzhou as well. They have the, what is it? Dongxifangmen. It's special because it's actually shaped like a gate or like a pair of pants. And it's right above the Jinjihu. Oh,
So it seems like there were a bunch of school kids that also went to this museum. I mean, this might be a pretty popular place to go to if you're a tourist or a local. You know, museums are always fine. I know some of you aren't going to be going to a museum in China anytime soon. So I'm not going to show you too much, but I will show you enough to basically have a grasp of what a museum looks like inside of mainland China. I honestly took too much footage to be, like, useful. This is a problem I had with the museum that I went to in South Korea as well. But, you know what? I'll make a montage anyway. Here you go.
On one hand, the rotten ingredient in capitalism culture. Ugh. They very don't like capitalism.
The one thing that you will notice in any museum isn't so much what it has inside of it, but what kind of narrative or story it tells with the artifacts or pictures or whatever that it has. Now, looking at this made me realize not just how much propaganda you can fill inside a museum in mainland China, but also made me realize how much of this is actually in like the United States, how much of this is inside the UK, in any country, Japan, Korea, France, any country you can name of that has a history and wants to tell it a specific way. Are they going to go full propaganda and patriotism, or are they going to show a more nuanced history that is more like akin to reality, basically? It's always something to think about whenever you look into a historical, like any piece of media that's historical. So after a rousing browsing through the museum, we head over to our next destination, which is inside of an underground shopping area connected to a small library of sort.
Do you like mango?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think they have the copyright.
No, they don't have the thug world. But you can ride a dinosaur.
Yeah, you can ride it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some mango-infused flavored desserts. Nothing but mango around here. It's perfect for mango lovers. Mango haters, get the frig out of here. You can deal with it, alright? But we don't just come here to get some nice dessert, although that's a nice bonus. It's also a meeting area for a couple of more friends, more furries in the Shenzhen area to hang out with. Wow. I'm jokingly being all like, kind of cheesy, but like, I genuinely do like having vacations and sharing that with other people. I don't want to seem like sarcastic or anything. Anyway, here's dinner. It's a little sushi revolving restaurant that also has ramen.
今年去那个寿展。
我在考虑这个。
Be careful.
I'll just do it one piece at a time.
We have this artist right here who has offered me the kindest pleasure of drawing my persona. Here it is in Shenzhen. And here it is right here, the final product. Isn't it amazing? This is the first ever fan art of Burger. This bowl right here that you're looking at. Yeah, it was a nice little gift to have, especially right at dinner.
Spicy to it. You can eat the non-spicy one.
I like the color so far. It's very well presented. Okay. Oh, that's really good. Is it that spicy?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No. It's really spicy.
Make sure we all have enough water.
I can't eat it.
And then after that, everyone decides to disperse and go back home, which leaves me to exit, say goodbye for now, and then it's time to go to bed. But not after looking out at the traffic, exploring the city just a little bit on my own, and then heading to bed. Now day 2 of the vacation did not start out all that interesting. It was basically just who is available to have a nice big lunch together. And this isn't just your average little lunch buffet place. See, over in China they have these huge big round table buffets. This isn't a pick your food and go kind of a buffet. Although they do have those, but that's not what they consider a buffet, either in mainland China or Taiwan. Buffet refers to a giant group meal made of smaller plates of a wide variety of foods, meats and veggies and grains and rice, soups and drinks. Basically, they're for like events and get-togethers that are significant. So this is just a thing in Chinese and other Asian cultures. This is also a spot where I got an updated fan art of Burger. I had mentioned to them that the ears looked a little bit small, so they were feeling a little bit embarrassed by that. Not that I wanted to embarrass them. That was just my small little criticism once they actually looked at the fursuit head again. This is before I had a ref sheet, by the way. So they alone had to go with the reference of fluffy head. And here is the result. There's a little bit of a food stain on it. Thankfully, the paper here did not receive water damage. You can see the artist's handle right there. That is, I believe, K-I-R-L-O-N. And this is for Gregor, which is what they called me. Isn't that sweet? The unfortunate part of this is that I tried to look up their Instagram handle again. That was their Instagram, by the way. Since the 2 years that this person had made art for me, I'm using they, them pronouns because they're trans. Maybe they deleted their Instagram. Maybe they moved to a different fandom. I don't know what happened. They're not on the internet anymore, or at least from what I can tell. Maybe you can help me out a little bit. If you know this person and you know their contact details that they're willing to share, then go ahead and do that in the comments below. Anyway, after lunch, we see that it's raining very hard outside, so it's time to pull up an Uber. And on the way back to my hotel suite. I honestly have never had a hotel this fancy before. Like, well, not fancy, spacious, I guess is a good way to say it. Yeah, hopefully I can get something like this again, because this is pretty sweet. It's almost like a FurryCon right there inside of your hotel room, just with how many people gathered. And of course we played Mario Party and stuff, and Smash. I of course kicked everybody's butt in fursuit. Just to flex, because that's what Americans do, you know? And funny thing, not everyone in this group knew English, or at least they didn't have a full comprehension of the language. But Mario Party and Super Smash Bros. Are just universal enough with their design, thank Nintendo for this, that we were all able to play very easily. That's one of the best parts of game design I've ever seen. Universal appeal and understanding.
右下角。
右边。
谁说的？
左下角两个。
有两个，哪里有一个？
来一个我上面，来一个我上面。
好，
来一个我上面。对。
确定吗？
I don't know.
Yes.
Oh yes.
哇！
你要告诉我。右转。
What？
对。
完了。
哎，完了，全最小的。I chose the smallest.
果然是上角。耶！
什么意思？
我是黄色还是蓝色，我都不知道。
屁纸公主啊！
为什么皮纸公主是蓝色？
我是黄色。
看自己颜色老会换。
Oh no！
哎哦。什么？杀的吗？不会是摇的，是摇的，要按住了往下摇的。
极其危险。
Hey guys, guess what? It's chicken.
Surprise! It's chicken.
And then I was off to the bustling city outside once more to grab some dinner. Well, we visited a shopping mall first. A separate one, mind you. And then I grabbed another bowl of ramen. Spicy, just like the last one. But then it was time to meet up with another Shenzhen furry, Beats the Wolf. Beats is a pretty cool kid. He was excited to see me. His English was pretty good. And he wanted to help me film this vlog. So I decided to let him be cameraman for a little bit. And here is the result. so far, I really like the furries here in Shenzhen, and I love the city of Shenzhen as well. I like all of the palm trees and all the tropical stuff that's here. Over in Texas, there's a place called Galveston and Corpus Christi and all that. That is by the coast, by the sea, as well, by the ocean, and it reminds me of all that. That's pretty cool.
You scared him.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It happens. Sometimes I scare them. Sometimes they like me. You said we need to go underground, right?
Yeah, you can go out either on ground or to the bridge. Yeah.
Can I wear this underground?
Huh?
Can I wear this underground?
Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe you should go to the go to the bridge.
It has lots of plants and greenery on it.
Yep, that's true. FURSUITING. It's a dog. Let's go. So, how do you think about this building?
Very blue.
Indeed, it's blue.
Is it always blue?
Not, I don't think so. Yeah, sometimes it can be pink, it can be white.
Okay.
Probably you just have a bad day.
No, I mean sometimes blue is a calming color. It's just blue. Like the ocean.
Oh, it's not red.
Oh, yeah. It's red like China.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So there are some tall buildings kind of like that over in where I'm from, in Dallas, Texas. Let's see. There is the Reunion Tower. Reunion Tower is like a big, you know, like a golf ball where you put it in the ground and set the golf ball on it. It's kind of shaped like that, with the ball up that goes up to the top. And the ball is actually like a observation deck in a restaurant that you can go to. It's also connected to a hotel. And there's also, in the same area in downtown Dallas, there's a big green building that always reminds me of a pickle. Or like a cucumber.
Pickle Rick!
Don't worry, this is 2019. That meme was still fresh, alright? Just want to put that out there. No, pickle Rick, no.
So,
no.